Hey guys, welcome back to episode 8 of my 100 baby challenge. Today is going to be sadly a different video because while recording this I did not realize my mic was muted the entire time. And so this video will be a little bit shorter but not really, but I'm just going to kind of be talking you through the major points that happened in this episode. To start off, I forgot we had already written Bako's book, so I went in to write Bako's book and it was like, oh wait, we already did that. So I ended up writing Rohan's book and it was called Roundup Rohan, and then I couldn't remember if he was the first twin or the second twin, so I just made him baby number 3. Next, the children came home from school and they all had B's except for Tegan excitedly. And later we find out the reason Yuretsi didn't get to level up is because cross stitching doesn't count as like a level 4 skill for school. So once I figured that out, I went ahead and fixed her, and the next time she went to school on Monday, she was able to level up. Here's me finally deciding to write Rohan's book after already starting it. Since Corin was busy writing, I went ahead and had Rohan make Tegan a cake. So once he was done, we added candles to it and went ahead and had her blow them out. And she was already a lazy child, and so we rolled 3 times to make her a lazy, clumsy child, and then we went and rolled 1 through 14 to get her goal. 1 through 14 ended up being 13, which was the spa day one, the wellness one, and that had 3 options, so we went and rolled for that one as well. Through 3 ended up being 1, which is the like self-help one, which I thought was funny because she's lazy and clumsy, but she likes to take care of other people, which is really ironic. So we finished Rohan's book, and so we went ahead and published that one. And then the game announced to me that it was almost Brian and Chad's birthday, sadly. So we then went and got all the gifts from the mailbox, and as you will see throughout the video, we actually got a lot of money. So we had all 8 Sims, so the trash can was giving me $80 a plate, and then we had a bunch of people coming over. Here's me writing Patricia's book, and we ended up calling it Potty Patricia because her potty skill took forever for her to learn, and that's why Rohan is older than her. And so she was baby number 4 because we decided to make Rohan number 3. I then realized that we had enough beds to put Tegan in her new bed because I forgot Noah had moved out, but they were the same color, so all I had to do was reassign beds to her. And then the game told me it was finally Chad and Brian's birthday, and I was going to wait till the morning, but Rohan decided to wake up and rain on my parade, so I got her up to age them both up. Brian aged up first, and after 3 rolls, he ended up being a fussy toddler, sadly, and I think he was our first fussy one. And then we rolled up Chad, and Chad ended up being inquisitive after 2 fussy rolls, and that was scary. But yeah, as you'll see real quick, I didn't really change their outfits, but then we got to Tegan, and she was real cute, so I stopped to let y'all look at her a little bit longer. And then we went back and changed the toddler room. All I did was get rid of the bassinets and add the beds back in. And doing this made me realize that we had a bunch of plates from the parenting stuff, so later I went ahead and added more shelves for those. Here I am after finishing all the shelves, and we sold those other 2 because we already had that one, so we got a big old $200 from those. Here I then decided everywhere needed rugs. And I mean, when I say everywhere, everywhere got rugs. The teen room, Corin's room, the toddler room, like everywhere got rugs. Mr. Brian started working on his potty skill, and right here is important because Patricia and Rohan are cooking at the same time, and originally Patricia, Rohan, and Corin were cooking at the same time, but they weren't able to, and so that inspired me to redo the kitchen at a later time. And then all the children went to school, and look at our royalty report! That is where all our money came from. Careful Kira and Naughty Noah were both almost at $300, and like that, we were just rolling in the money at this point. Here's where I decided to redo the kitchen. In context, this clip from when I said I wanted to do it to now was like 30 minutes apart. It took me 30 minutes to remember I wanted to redo the kitchen, but I'm impressed I remembered it all because this again was 30 minutes after I said I wanted to do it. All we really did was clearly move everything to the right, then add more counters. I also added in a microwave, an ice cream machine, and a tea maker. But after placing them all down, I realized we still had only 2 counters available and I wanted 3, so we ended up getting rid of the tea maker. Then this clip was very important because not only did Brian level up to level 2 potty, the children also came home from school and every single one of them had an A except for Tegan. But in Tegan's defense, she had just aged up in this episode anyway, so we knew she wouldn't have one. But I got to age up every single child. We started with Rohan, and Rohan was a cheerful child of the island, and he had the money goal, and then he also earned the responsible trait. He, luckily, on my part, ended up being vegetarian now, like other than when he was a child or a teenager, because then I'd have to deal with the lactose intolerant sim and a vegetarian sim, but he can go live his own vegetarian life, not in my house. We had him add more birthday candles, and then Patricia blew hers out next. Patricia was a foodie, a geek foodie who liked the beach life, and she also earned the responsible trait. She also ended up being paranoid, which I thought suited her sim very well because she was such a strange child. I had her add more candles so that Yuretsi could blow out her candles. And Yuretsi was already a cat lover, but she also became jealous, which I thought was funny because she could be jealous of other people's cats. Then we went and rolled for her goal. Children are 1 through 14, and so we went ahead and typed that in, and she got a 1. 1 was the friend of the animals one, which again suited her because she's jealous of other people's cats and wants to be friends with other people's cats, and I thought that was really funny. I then had her add candles so that Jerica could blow out her candles. Jerica was already a music lover, and she ended up also being erratic, which I thought would be funny. And we rolled 1 through 14 for a 14, which is actually the werewolf goal. And I thought that was really interesting. She's the first child who grew up wanting to go be an occult sim. And I thought that was real interesting. So we might have to look into her history later. We then ended up rolling for, this is Rohan's job. And so 1 through 35, we got 32, which is the fishing one, which I thought suited his personality. Then we did it again, but for Patricia, this time she got a 12, which was the critic sim, which again suited her personality. Once that was all done, we moved Patricia out into her own household and gave her $250 like all of her siblings. We then did the same for Rohan and again gave him 250 simoleons. And then we made them unplayed and set them free into the sim world so they could live their lives. We then went to go edit Jerica and Yuretsi. And Yuretsi was really cute, but the makeup wasn't vibing with me. And I actually know 0 things about the makeup in The Sims, so it took me a second to figure out what I was trying to do and whether or not I could fix her. Then there was Jerica. Being Dawn's daughter, she is required to be pretty. Look at her. My only problem with her outfit was her shirt, so we went ahead and found one that suited her better and fixed her shoes as well. Then everyone was ready to go. We went ahead and started another baby daddy gathering, and Huea actually ended up being the first baby daddy to show up, which I thought was funny because I'm pretty sure, I have to check, I'm pretty sure Huea was the first guy we met in the bar. And A, he's still here. B, he calls us all the time. And C, it took him this long to be a baby daddy. This we woohooed with him, took a pregnancy test, and we were pregnant! Yay! So Huey got the job done, and once we kicked them out, we went ahead and fixed the girls' room and reassigned all the locks and the colors and everything. Then we sent the girls off to school, but they didn't do their homework, so they came home with B's, unsurprisingly. And then that was where I ended it. Again, I'm super sorry. This was a shorter video. In total, I had 2 hours of footage, and the video was supposed to be like 50 minutes long since the other few ones have been short, but they just didn't record my audio. Sorry about that. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you all have a good day, and I'll see y'all next time.